Which Cadillac do you think is the most luxurious ever made? Not the Escalade, not the Fleetwood. It was a car born in 1957, priced higher than a Rolls-Royce at the time, and built entirely by hand. The Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. This car represented the absolute pinnacle not only of Cadillac, but of the entire post-war American auto industry. A symbol of opulence, cutting-edge engineering, and unrestrained ambition. But behind the glamour lies a harsh truth. The Eldorado Brougham was also one of GM's most expensive commercial failures. A car too costly to sell, too complex to maintain, and too far ahead of its time. In today's video, we'll uncover the extraordinary story behind the boldest Cadillac ever created, from its design and technology to its prestige and the steep price Cadillac paid for dreaming too big. In the mid-1950s, Cadillac stood at the pinnacle of the American automotive industry. The brand was seen as the ultimate symbol of luxury and success. If you were someone in America, you drove a Cadillac. But that dominance was beginning to be challenged. Ford had introduced the Lincoln Continental Mark II, a hand-built, ultra-luxury car with unmatched craftsmanship, aiming to rival Rolls-Royce. General Motors couldn't stand by quietly. In response, Cadillac made a radical decision to create something the world had never seen, a no-compromise ultra-luxury car with an unlimited budget, cutting-edge engineering, and the finest materials, a car not just to sell, but to establish dominance. At the 1955 Motorama show, Cadillac unveiled the Eldorado Brougham concept, a breathtaking automobile that promised to redefine American luxury. Unlike mass-produced Cadillacs, the Eldorado Brougham would be hand-assembled with the highest quality control standards and total disregard for production cost. From the very first glance, the 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham made it clear that it did not belong to the world of ordinary cars. There was no such thing as a shortcut. Every detail was a statement of precision and luxury. The body was shaped in a four-door, hardtop style, meaning there was no central window pillar. What made it even more special was the use of rear suicide doors, opening backward like on high-end Rolls-Royce models of the time. This feature had never appeared on a Cadillac before. The roof was made entirely of stainless steel, no paint, no plating. Its raw metallic sheen reflected light like a modern sculpture, creating a presence on the street that was unmistakably unique. The front end was a geometric masterpiece with a wide mesh grille and flowing chrome bumper that perfectly integrated with the headlight bezels. The Eldorado Brougham was also among the first American cars to feature dual headlamps, even before they were legal nationwide. The 15-inch alloy wheels with racing-style center locks emphasized its elegance and rarity. Chrome trim on the windows and door handles added a final touch of unmistakable opulence. Step inside the Eldorado Brougham and Cadillac's message becomes clear. There were no limits to luxury. The floor was lined with thick mouton sheepskin carpeting, soft as velvet and found only in the finest estates of the era. The seats were upholstered in premium leather and could be electrically adjusted in 6 directions, offering maximum comfort for both driver and passengers. The headliner was covered in genuine leather instead of cloth. The dashboard featured engine-turned aluminum, accented by chrome-rimmed gauges and gentle blue lighting. Every detail reflected a level of craftsmanship that few European brands could match. Cadillac equipped the Eldorado Brougham with amenities even Rolls-Royce lacked at the time. A chrome-trimmed tumbler holder sat between the rear seats, silver vanity mirrors, a hairbrush, A cigarette case, and even a bottle of Arpège perfume by Lanvin came standard. The car also offered automatic climate control, a signal-seeking radio, and windows that slightly lowered when the door was opened. It may sound like modern technology, but all of this was already available in 1957. Each Eldorado Brougham was a handcrafted masterpiece, requiring hundreds of hours to complete in a dedicated Cadillac facility. But beyond the elegance lay a complex machine where Cadillac spared no expense to deliver a driving experience that matched its looks. The car was powered by a 365 cubic inch V8 engine with a 4-barrel carburetor producing 325 horsepower. That was an impressive figure for a luxury sedan in 1957. A 4-speed hydromatic automatic transmission delivered power with both smoothness and authority. The standout feature was its self-leveling air suspension system, a pioneering technology of the era. It allowed the car to automatically adjust ride height, maintain balance under load, and absorb road imperfections with ease. The ride quality was as if floating on air. The Eldorado Brougham also featured power-assisted steering, enhanced hydraulic brakes, and a suite of electric components designed to operate seamlessly, provided you had the means to maintain them properly. Weighing nearly 5,000 pounds, the Eldorado Brougham was far from light. Yet it could accelerate quickly, corner confidently, and deliver a surprisingly stable ride. This wasn't just due to its powerful engine or air suspension, but also thanks to an array of advanced systems Cadillac boldly integrated into the car. The Eldorado Brougham was a rolling test lab. Cadillac packed it with every high-end feature they could imagine in 1957, regardless of cost or long-term practicality. The self-leveling air suspension was the clearest example. When working properly, it delivered a ride as smooth as velvet. But in reality, it was prone to leaks, frequent pressure loss, and notoriously difficult to repair. In addition, came a wave of complex electronics: automatic climate control, signal-seeking radio, auto-on lighting, and power windows that dropped slightly when the door opened. All of these were unfamiliar to most American drivers, and to mechanics, they were baffling. As the years passed, issues began to appear. Some cars had faulty door sensors that prevented them from closing properly. Others experienced static-filled radios or sagging suspensions. For a car that cost over $13,000 in its time, that level of unreliability was unacceptable. Buyers of the Eldorado Brougham didn't just expect beauty or luxury. They demanded absolute perfection to match the premium they were paying, a price that surpassed even most European luxury vehicles. The problem was that Cadillac poured all of its engineering excellence into a product that had no hope of financial return. Each Eldorado Brougham required hundreds of hours of hand labor, lavish materials, and meticulous inspection. All of that pushed the real production cost far beyond the sticker price. Although the company never disclosed official numbers, internal sources suggest Cadillac lost heavily on every car sold. Some experts estimate the loss per vehicle may have exceeded $10,000 at a time when that could buy an entire house in the United States. Because of this, the Eldorado Brougham was never meant for mass production. In 1957, only 400 units were built. In 1958, another 304 rolled off the line. Just 704 cars were made in those 2 bold years. The Eldorado Brougham was a masterpiece. No one disputes that. But even beauty, luxury, and pioneering technology could not save a product that didn't align with the realities of the market. First was the price. At 3 times the cost of a standard Cadillac, the Eldorado Brougham entered a segment with virtually no true customer base. Even those who could afford it questioned whether a Cadillac was truly worth as much as a Rolls-Royce. Second was technical complexity. The air suspension, electronic sensors, and automated systems were all ahead of their time. When things went wrong, owners discovered that few garages could repair them. Parts were scarce, and technicians lacked the necessary experience. For wealthy customers, that kind of hassle was unacceptable. The Eldorado Brougham is not the most popular Cadillac, nor is it the most successful, but it is undoubtedly the boldest Cadillac ever made. It represents a time when the American auto industry dared to dream big, a time when engineering wasn't limited by spreadsheets and luxury wasn't confined to convention. The Eldorado Brougham may have failed, but that failure is what makes it more special than any success. Today, every surviving car is part of that story, a living fragment of the American dream that once lit up Cadillac showrooms in 1957. What do you think about this car? If given the chance to own one, would you preserve it as a showpiece or restore it to be a rolling masterpiece? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the forgotten legacies of American motoring.